it's very much to do with a portion of Torah that we are reading, meaning what we are calling through. And it is to do with Korach, and I hope you sort of familiar with the story of this portion. It is to do with a manifestation of, one can say, on one hand, a rebellious attitude, and on one hand, a true deep wish of any spirit. Okay, so let's read the beginning of this portion from Torah. So I hope you have your King James Bible in front of you. It's from Numbers. It's paragraph 16, verse 1. Now, Now, Korach, the son of Itzhar, the son of Kehat, the son of Levi, and Datan and Aviram, the son of Eliab, and On is a name, and the son of Pelet, sons of Reuven, took men. So in Hebrew, the whole issue of the verb to take, he took. So Zohar is speaking about what he took. He took bad advice to himself. Meaning he considered something in himself to do, and already there is an implication, and everything is going after the beginning, after the opening. There is an implication of something that a person wished to take from, not to give. Otherwise, he gave some people. No, he took some people. So now we have to see that we speak about Korach, we speak about a very distinct figure in the desert generation, a man of consciousness, of what it means, or what the purpose, a very rich man. It's always becomes, a coin, a coin in language, which says rich as Korach. So what it means to be rich in terms of the left side, because he's part of the Levites, meaning he's part of the left line. And the left line in all the book of Numbers or in the desert is to do with what has been revealed in the desert as needing, or as the need to come into Tikun. So what actually is the claim of Korach? So let's hear what he's saying. And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. So if we take the number of 250, in Hebrew is to do with candle, which is to do with the letters Nun and Raish, which is to do with Neshama and Ruach, the connection between Neshama and Ruach. So how it is possible that such distinguished and people actually come to this, one can say, awareness in themselves of what it means, the end of Tikunim, and how it was not clear to them where from they are coming. It says, and they gather themselves together. So there is a gathering of intention that are not actually sorted out. And they are coming as a group, and as a group they have a power over presence to actually change the way things were established by Moses. But let's hear what they're saying. So first they gather themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, you have taken too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore, then lift you up yourselves. Why, actually? You lift yourself up above the congregation of the Lord. Okay, we see that when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. Okay. So let's see what they're saying. They're saying, well, everyone is holy. Everyone in the congregation is holy because we all stood on on the foot of Mount Sinai. We all agreed to actually receive everything that would be revealed to us and to acquire the vessel to be able to execute it. We all heard the first two commandments. So what makes you holier than us? And why actually you lift yourself above us? It is actually to do with every modern sensibility of asking, why do I need a Rav or a guide or an instructor to get into communication with the Creator? It is to do with our tendency, or very modern tendency, even of, one can say, of New Age, to say that everyone can communicate with the higher realms. They should be able to communicate. It's, one can say, democratization of the spiritual realm. So Midrash is saying that actually what motivated Korach is actually a vision, because he was, one can say, and a very respectable, not in terms of respectable in terms of the corporate life, but respectable means that he had in him the presence of being able to see above the community, above a certain level of community. And he saw that from him, from the line of Korach, what will come the prophet Shmuel. And Prophet Shmuel actually will act as a go-between between two periods of entering a place, entering a space that is full of klipot, and being able to build actually a temple or a center of worship. So he did not actually allow a center. Him being a center, he moved around in Israel and sort of he was the judge and the guide of the transition period. So it seems that there is a sense of the end of Tikunim, or the end of time, where, as we are told by our prophets, that everyone will know the Creator, and from the least to the greatest, and there will be no need to teach them. It will be a presence of knowing. Okay. So it seems that this sensibility is being expressed, but actually we see that the real demand is not that it will be given to others. The demand is that it will be given to him and to his family. So the true motive, as it is hinted in the beginning of this portion, is he wanted to take, not to give. Okay. But the expression of every spirit to have longing, to have this direct connection with the Creator is something that need to be expressed, need to be heard. Okay. Therefore, one of the lines that we're taking inside this is understanding that that Korach is ignoring the time or the period of Tikunim, of reformation, that need the hierarchy inside attainment of spirituality. Because it builds a picture that we actually do not see the completion of it. So in building it in a space of corporal perception, you see a point that is high, a point that is low, a point that is set on the left side, a point that is set on the right side, and a point that is the pivot or the middle. And only when you actually join the dots, you see the whole form, let's say, of a flower, which does not have the importance of high, low, left and right. It becomes something that each part is in a way in simile to being a part of the completion or a part of the whole. Okay. So in a way, in the name of sanctity, in the name of this is the claim that Korach is actually proclaiming, and it's very similar to the resistance or rebellion, one can say, of being in a reformation time, in a Tikunim time, which says that each one is placed in a hierarchy that suggests that something needs to be completed, but it is not yet. Okay. But speaking on behalf of sanctity, but from the intention or the agenda of the will to receive to oneself, is usually what our generation is doing to sanctity. We demand something that we are actually not prepared for. And hierarchy was set because we were tested and we were found not ready. So this is one thing that we should hear from this portion. So this is why they are being swallowed, let's say, by the earth, which is a different way to speak about transmigration, because part of the appearance of Korach is to do with the transmigration and reformation of the spirit of Cain, which is to do with going and knowing that you need to come close, meaning to perform a sacrifice, but to perform it from the standpoint of feeling that the higher is owing you, and you do not have to actually make an effort to give your best. It's like you're saying, I'm the eldest, I'm the firstborn of Adam and Eve, I'm deserving. So I'm deserving as a son of Amram. This is basically the background sound of Korach. So we have 3 transmigration, at least in appearance, in Torah, which is to do with the reformation of Tikun of Cain. One is Yitro, one is the Egyptian that Moses is killing, because Moses is a transmigration of heaven, and of Korach. But Korach, we see, it's an in-between. It's not the Egyptian, it's not Yitro, which joined himself to witness the truth of giving Torah. It's something that has in it, still need the correction or the to rectify, actually, this sense, very modern sense of deserving. We deserve, let's say, by our birthright, we deserve the connection or the presence of the Creator in our life. So there's another very interesting, so I'll stop for 1 minute here just to see if there are questions so far. Okay. So I hope you understand the very modern sensibility that and voice and speech that is passing through this portion of Torah. Okay.
Okay, Joachim, get ready. Just a minute. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for the teaching today. I wonder, when I listen to it, I hear it like a story of like my inner world. And I wonder, like my inner Korach, for me, I feel that it's a blessing for this part to be swallowed by the earth. So could you say more about this?
Well, we have to see that it's a very particular. There is earth and dirt and soil, but it is a very particular choice. You see that Cain is bringing from the fruit of the earth, meaning not something that sort of is to do like Hevel from being a shepherd, which is to do with two modes in human evolution. The mode of being tied and fixed to the ground, and the mode of actually traveling. Because when you grow a herd, you have to travel with. When you grow something of the land, you become attached to one place. Now, we know that from reading Torah, that actually God prefers those who walk. We can see it we can see it in Hanoch, we can see it in Noach, we can see it in Abraham, we can see it actually in Isaac, less in Isaac because he's not moving so much. We can see it in Jacob. They're all the walkers, the travelers. In all, to walk, it not only means to travel from place to place, is to travel in a non-fixed way in your mind. Okay. If you work only and you sort of you do not search for a new replenishment for those you are responsible for fruit of the earth, you don't have to worry about replenishment or it's from its own power. The land from its own power is allowing you to grow. So first we see that it is this is what Cain is bringing into the picture, or into as a sacrifice, or a sacrifice in our terms is how he wish. It's something that is in him and not something that he walked to earn or he was searching to earn. This is why I'm saying he's relying on his birthright. And in spirituality, there is no birthright. Birthright is something that you earn. And second son always know that they need to earn their place because they come into a world that is already occupied by someone else. Yeah. Okay. So let's hear that the fruit of being fixed is not acceptable by the Creator. And we see it even more if we continue to, if you will look at where I am, it's, we are in 18, yeah? If you can look at 18. It's paragraph 18 in Numbers, verse 1. We need to learn, after they've been swallowed by the earth, which I'll come back to it later. I'll just suggest that the making of Adam has in it some of the letters of the word Hebrew of the earth or the land, which is called Adamah. You can see that there is Adam and Adama. Yeah. Adam and Adama means that it is the means to become in simile or devoted or in adhesion. So it's sort of the power to become. It's not the thing itself. It's a power to become. Okay. So when everything is done and they've been swallowed by this power, which is Adama, okay, it means that they're going inside something that can give it sort of a womb that for when they will appear next, they will appear with a sense and quality of wishing to be in simile of bestowal to the Creator. Okay, this is their chance. Because what this portion of Torah is saying is actually very radical. It is saying, and I will read to you, okay, if you follow me, paragraph 18, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. So being a priest and having a place that we sanctify bears in it actually a sin. Okay, so I will explain the sort of radical thought that goes with it. Everything that is to do with the Creator, that we try to narrow it down, it's to create tzimtzum of its presence to a place or to a person that actually can serve in the place, is reducing the greatness of the Creator. So in it there is already a sin. It's like Tzimtzum Aleph is called the beginning of judgment. It's the root. Yeah, it's the source that it has in it a severity. Why? Because in the world of the circle, which there's no limitation, bringing it into a line is actually sort of damaging the infinity of the perception and feeling of the infinity of the Creator. Is it clear? Okay. So, no Moses, no Aaron ask for the duty, ask to be the leader or ask to be the priest. So knowing that and asking to be a priest when you are a Leviticus entail two things. First, that you don't understand the true importance of what it means to be a Levitite, and you ask for a position that entails a sin in it, which you cannot ask for it. You should be given, or you should be persuaded to bear it. Yeah. So it is mentioned here, so everyone will know that it's not something that you want. You say you want. It's like I want to sin. I can bear it. Instead of being with a really deep appreciation of the rarity of the duty and purpose of Levitite, which is bringing the ability for reformation or Tikun. This is actually the book of Number or Bamidbar is the book of finding out everything that is actually in need of Tikun and to allow it to surface. Okay, including Korach, including the spies, including our claim or our spiritual claim that that we know, and we will choose how to serve God. If at all we wish to serve, we want to be in the vicinity or proximity of sanctity because it will boost our self-importance. And this is actually the real attitude of modern or last generation towards spirituality. They're looking to boost their own identity or their not the true identity. Yes. So it is sort of allowing us to see that through working with the middle line or through working with the 9, we all the time confine, and this is why we need to walk, and this is why God prefers those who walk. That even if they work in limitation, they are willing to fall on their face and to actually submit it, and to submit that they are limiting the Creator and to move to actually a different vessel or a different being that will allow more of more of the character or the presence of the Creator to be revealed. So this is the main issue that Korach is teaching us. Okay.